Now I did it.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
It's been a while.
We're wacky today.
Yes, a little
more so than
rushing
usual.
around,
Yes,
today.
Stressed and everybody's got. Well, I don't know about you, but I've got something to be stressed about. You've got something to be stressed about.
But we shouldn't be because it's a happy time. It's April. It's our birthday month. Peggy and I. You just had a birthday end of March.
Yep.
So yeah, we should.
So
be
the
happy.
world is celebrating our birth. So it's a happy time.
Yeah, let's put all the stress behind us. There we are.
I forgot to show you. See that little goblet on the thing?
That
with the
looks like
bird on it?
The chalice of Jesus Christ.
Paul, the Penelope's, his wife made that and sent it to me.
Whoa! Bring it over here. That looks really interesting.
It's gorgeous.
What is it made out of?
What is it made out of, Peggy?
I don't know, but it's like a ceramic.
It does look like a chalice.
She has some pictures on. Isn't it nice?
Can I take this out?
Yeah, you can light it too. No, you're not going to drink your wine out of it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what it's made out of. She's very
It's some kind of ceramic, and then she used that metallic
pretty. Look at that. Look at the finish.
Thank you, Connie. I really appreciate it. I really love it. And she sent me other stuff, bookmarks and soap. And I know. I love it.
Well, I got a birthday card from Peter's mother, Trish. And I'm looking, and it's beautiful. It's 2 bluebirds, and the nest is in the middle with 2 eggs in it. And I picked it up, and then I was looking at what company put it out, and there's no information on it. And then I turned it back over, and I looked at the picture, and I see our signature, initials PB.
She made it?
Yes. She said, yeah, I've been experimenting with watercolors. It's absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Then I was telling Jessica, and she has one that with a little goldfinch.
Aww.
It's so nice to be talented like that. It really is. It's beautiful. I was quite impressed.
I'm always impressed with talented people. Because I don't have any artistic ability, despite my DNA. I got my DNA back from. I finally caved into surprises. And I did the Ancestry, and I got my DNA back. Have you ever done the Ancestry?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have a whole family tree on it, and I did my... my ancestry,
traits, right?
Oh, yeah. And
so
which countries you're from, the percentage of it.
Are you this for mine? And I was laughing because it said, you are, based on what they saw, they said, I have a trait that makes me highly artistic. And I had to laugh because I'm like,
I didn't get that. I just get where my bloodlines, what countries I'm from, and the percentage of, how much Polish I am, how much Irish I am.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have that together. Yeah. Well, this is Anne who came here. You saw this one? Okay, and that's Anne who came here with Debbie and Roxanne. She made that.
Isn't that nice? So many artistic people.
She knew Stu Leonard.
I know, she knew Stu Leonard. I didn't bring her to Stu Leonard.
Memories that gathered around the table.
Anyway, we're catching up. We haven't seen each other in a while.
Yes.
So we're catching up, and we're going to go out to dinner afterwards.
Yay, something fun. Not that this isn't fun.
Well, no, I hear you.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we need that, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. Any conversations that we won't even get into, or?
No. Like I said, I've really just been. I feel like I've been kind of disconnected from everyone. I've just been very busy with work and my college course, and keep the family. I've just kind of been. Disconnected for a bit, so I don't have anything. Although
I give you credit for doing all this stuff. It's a lot. It's a real lot.
But I'm enjoying it, and I think if you enjoy something, it's good. It's always, I feel like I'm learning a lot,
For sure.
And part of that was, like I said, I got my DNA back,
Right.
And here I'm expecting, I was like, I know, I'm a mixed bag, right? I know where my mom's from, I know where my dad's, figure it out. The majority that I got on my DNA, I would never have guessed. I was the largest section of my DNA was, if you added up was 25% of just one thing. Portugal.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I love Portugal.
It was not on my radar in any way.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
that's what I'm the most dominant of.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm most dominant with Ireland, and then the second one was Eastern Europe, which is Polish. You know, that's where we found out that my grandparents were both Polish, and we thought they were Irish. So,
What about you? Did you do it?
I did it, but I can't remember I think from Canada, from French Canadian, but I don't know if it said French Canadian, I can't remember, but
I think it's interesting.
yeah, it's
I find it fascinating. You'll see how it changes
Yes.
too as they improve the science.
Yes.
You know, because I think I brought this up before. At one point, I was less than 1% Aboriginal.
right.
And
me too.
and then that went away, and it was something else bizarre. But it does.
The same with my husband Niall.
change.
He had he's all Irish for the most part, but he
Yeah.
was excited to find when he first got his results. He was I think 1% Scandinavian. He's like Vikings because he loves the Vikings, and so he was excited. That went away. He's like, no,
I know, it's disappointing. I kind of wore Aboriginal as a badge.
I think everybody gets that in the beginning because all my kids, I don't know if the girls did, but Jason and I both got it. And
I didn't get it.
oh,
Yeah.
she didn't get it.
No, I got indigenous. I have
okay.
some indigenous population, which I expected because of my Puerto Rican roots.
Yeah.
Right, but nothing. I heard like some of my friends got Neanderthal. You know,
Right,
I didn't
right.
get any of that.
Yeah. Well, the Aboriginal I found funny because when we were kids, my dad used to say, because he had 10 kids, so it was a lot of noise and chaos and running around in tomfoolery. And he would say, "Stop acting like an Aboriginal," or "Stop acting like a peasant." So, you know, it was always.
That's too funny. Well, anything else?
I have a word that I came across today when I was doing connections. I do connections and the
I like
Times.
connections. Yeah.
And the word was phrascade. Phrascade. F-R-E-S-C-A-D. Phrascade.
F-R-E what?
S-C-A-D-E. Phrascade.
Frescade, like
Yes.
a fresco almost.
Yes, it's based on that word.
Oh.
It is a walk in a shady place.
Oh.
It's like
yes.
like in a park
Covered
where
with
it's
tree
tree
canopy
lines.
or
It's
something.
called a frescade.
So next time you go ask somebody in the park, do you know what the Frescade
Yes,
is? You know what the Frescade is? No, what?
It's actually a very, very old word. It is based on the French, and you know, but it is used in American dictionaries and English. So
That's fun.
yeah.
Fun.
So I had to look it up, and I saw it. I said, "What the hell is a frescade?"
Yeah, that's funny. I had a word, but I forget what
I
it was.
have one.
Go ahead.
Because I saved it. I took a picture of it. A carom, C-A-R-O-M.
I know that.
word.
You do?
I do know that word.
Okay, it's a rebound or a deflection of an object, such as a ball, after striking a surface at an angle. And they gave a picture of like a pool table.
Oh,
As
okay.
a verb, it means to strike and rebound.
Oh, okay.
That was actually the Wordle answer.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was the Wordle
It
answer.
was, and that's why I looked it
Because
up.
I put carob, and then I said, okay, I think I only had like one or two more chances.
Well, Jason thought this was going to be Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said, what else could it end with? Because all my letters were eliminated. I said, I don't think it's an M, but I put the M in, and I said, okay, now what is it?
I did
Right,
the same
yeah.
thing because I hadn't heard of it and I was stuck on the word.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, afterwards I'm like, what the hell is a carrot?
I know.
Yeah, I
That's
had to look
exactly
it up.
the
Yeah.
same scenario.
It's
So.
I really enjoy doing Wordle. Like when I get up and after I feed my dogs and I pour my coffee, I'm like, oh, I get to do Wordle.
Same
I do
thing.
two
I
different
do
Wordles.
mine in a row. At first, I do the mini crossword,
Oh,
then
yeah,
I
don't
do
do that.
Wordle, and then I do connections. And most of the times, then I do spelling bee. But spelling bee could be a little intense. It takes a long time.
It does,
Right.
yeah.
Because it might have like 60 words.
For us, it's nice because we're kind of retired. Well, I have my own business,
Yeah.
so I can do what I want. But, you know, but you can,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I know. Some people have to go to work.
I still do my Wordle though, although I don't have the New York Times subscription, so they
Right.
make it difficult. So I can't do the other ones anymore. And I get it, you have to subscribe, but now they kicked up. I used to keep track of my scores, but
Yeah.
now I don't have a subscription. Somewhere like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they stopped keeping track. And then, which doesn't bother me. Like, as for example, if you get it on the first try or the second try, I like to see like, oh, my little score.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, I
That's
don't even
okay.
check my score. I just
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really check my score, but they have the bot that will tell you
How you did.
I can look at the puzzle, like how many people who did it that day used the same starting word as me, and it's
Yes.
usually 0.01
Wow.
on me because I don't use the same words all the time. I just whatever word comes into my head, that's what I do.
I use the same word every time.
I
wow,
used
look
to.
at you having white wine.
I used
Oh, it's a
to.
white Bordeaux. Huh?
Stop snooping.
I just saw Bordeaux Blanc.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? I didn't realize it was a white Bordeaux until I got the bottle home.
No way.
like,
Is it chilled? Oh, is it chilled? Did you chill?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I think Bordeaux is pretty light.
Well, this is interesting. Did you check to see if you do chill it? Because a Bordeaux or red, you don't typically.
Normally,
chill.
if it's white, yes, you do
You
chill it.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
Even like the white Pinot Noirs, you chill them.
I didn't chill the last white one, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah, we
Judy.
do.
I was like, I don't think I need to chill this. I should have looked it up.
No, anyway, so this is a white Bordeaux. We gotta smell it.
Chateau.
Yeah, Chateau Toussaint.
Toussaint?
Smells very fruity.
It does.
Ooh, very.
I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. All right, to our birthdays.
Happy birthday!
Cumpleaños.
All April birthdays.
Except
The best month.
And March.
And March. You're an honorary April birthday.
Our daughters are in April.
That's right.
Well, Sam's
That's
not,
right.
but Jessica
Sam is, and
is.
Jessica and I, we went to the
My
cemetery.
grandmother's was in April 2nd.
My grandmother is April 22nd, same as Judy.
I didn't know
My
that.
mom will be passed away on the 22nd for 18 years.
My grandmother
Yeah.
died today.
What?
On this date, yeah.
Oh,
On that note,
I know.
Okay.
To death.
that's all.
We're all gonna go there.
Well, for Peggy and Jess's birthday, we went to a cemetery.
That's
we did
right.
do that.
Which I would like to do. I
Yeah.
love cemeteries.
I couldn't find the part of the cemetery that I really wanted to go to.
I was going to send you some
Cemetery.
graves things to take pictures of because there's like 100
This tastes
requests
like
for that cemetery.
Sauvignon Blanc. I don't like it.
Wow, that was quick.
You're right. And all right, so
I don't think I mind this.
it's a little harsh for me. It's a little something.
It's not harsh. I think it's
For
smooth,
me,
but
it's harsh.
Much too sweet.
All right, it's
Not
an intense
sweet,
bouquet
Very
dominated
pungent,
by the fruity and floral scents typical of Sauvignon Blanc. The palate,
I don't-
round and fat, is carried by citrus notes and touches of wood. So,
I don't
okay,
taste that.
so I'll take it.
It's very strong. It's very pungent. There's a sharpness, like right when you taste it, like it
But,
does
yeah.
hit
It's
you.
overwhelming, the flavor.
Yes.
It's a little overwhelming. I don't find it sharp or acidic at all. I think it's very smooth. It's just
I don't
that
know,
I'm
it's-
not used to so much
I think it's sharp
fruit.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
I feel it in my chest. It's
No,
like
I feel it up here. It's funny. I was interacting with this differently because you feel
Yeah.
it here. I'm feeling it like right at the
Yeah, that
top
is
on my
weird.
nose.
and Peggy's feeling it in her gut that she
Right
hates
now.
it.
And well,
No, I don't hate
yeah.
it. I really don't hate it.
Really?
I'm just not used to, and it's funny because recently I was thinking about it. I said I should really start trying some Sauvignon Blancs. It's a very popular wine, and see if if my palate can adjust to that fruit.
Right.
You know, that grapefruit taste. Because this is what this tastes like, grapefruit.
See,
Okay.
I like Sauvignon Blanc and I love grapefruit.
Yeah.
So maybe
Okay,
that has
so you
something
can
to
take
do
Yeah.
this
with
home if you want.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I won't drink it. All right, how much alcohol content?
I'm gonna say this is high in alcohol. I'm gonna say this is 14 and a half.
I was going to say 13 and a half.
It's 13 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, and price point?
Sauvignon Blanc is usually pretty pricey. I'm gonna say $19.99.
16.
It's 14.
Oh, really?
Yep. let's do
The
lemons.
more I sip this, I actually am
Me too.
enjoying it.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's nice. It reminds me of Barbecue.
Yes.
Like a nice light, like fruity wine to drink in the daytime at a barbecue.
So even the aroma of it is really, I'm not loving it.
So is Sauvignon Blanc, like, do they all have grapefruit in it? Or
To me, everyone I've ever tasted had that grapefruit taste to it.
That's one of my favorite fruits. So maybe
Well,
this
then
is
you
why
like
I would probably.
yeah.
I do like Sauvignon Blanc. I don't like Pinot Grigio at all. I
Yeah.
usually
I like Pinot
don't like
Grigio.
it.
I like some Pinot Grigio. Some of them just they taste like water.
Oh, I don't like them, but I like Chardonnay and I like Sauvignon Blanc, and those are usually, if I drink white wine, it's one of those two.
Yeah.
Well, I won't give you the top, but the cork.
No, yeah.
But yes,
It's good a tip. It's good a tip. You're playing a dangerous game.
it's not gonna tip.
Judy's gotta move, thank you.
There you go.
And all of a sudden you're gonna have wine in your lap because the cap's not on all the way
There.
either.
I get you, Peggy. I got you.
Don't.
All right. So anyway,
Let's do our book.
thank you for the wine.
Wildflowers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if I was a fan of Sauvignon Blanc, I'd probably give it a very high score.
Mm-hmm.
But since I'm just starting to get accustomed to it, I'm gonna continue with it now. I'm gonna try some other ones. And see,
that's
because you get stuck in you're like Chardonnay,
Yes.
Chardonnay, Chardonnay,
Yes.
Cabernet, Cabernet, Cabernet.
Enjoy it, Peggy.
I know, but there are other wines out there that
Absolutely.
I could enjoy.
All right, so what's the...
So I would say, say I was a fan of it, I would give it like 4.5 Wildflowers.
Wow.
See,
even a 5.
I'm gonna do a 3.5. The reason why is because even though I like the taste of it, it's affecting me a little bit here.
Oh, really?
A bit. Like,
See, I didn't feel it here. I felt
feel
it on
it here.
my palate.
and I'm getting a little pulse here. So that I'm
Oh.
wondering if there's some sort of like
Tannin
something
or something?
tannin or sulfite or something is triggering something in me that I'm not crazy about. But
So
I
now
like
does
the
that
taste.
make you nervous to
So
drink?
why did you never
No.
said the name of it or
Oh,
anything?
it's
Or
Chateau
oh, it's
Toussaint.
Bordeaux, so it's from France.
Yeah, Chateau Toussaint.
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 Yeah. So,
Uh-huh,
yeah, I was
uh-huh.
disappointed when I was like, oh, shoot, it's a white.
No, I love that.
Because I
That's a
pulled
happy
it.
mistake.
I saw the price point. I go, oh, Bordeaux, $13.95. Okay,
Let's
that's not
try it.
bad.
Yeah.
And then I come home, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not red. I'm looking at the bottle and go,
No, I love what sometimes
Yeah.
when that happens. Yeah.
not me. I like my red. Anyway,
I
so
All right, so
you have the book.
I have a book, I do. So my book is Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite books. This is a book that I have read over and over again. When I was younger, I used to read it every year before,
Right.
at the start of summer. I love Ray Bradbury's writing. He was beautiful. His language in his books is just beautiful and poetic, and this is a very nostalgic and sentimental book, and it takes place in 1928, the summer of 1928, in a small town called Greentown, Illinois, which is based on the town of Waukegan in Illinois, a real town
Okay.
where Ray Bradbury lived as a child. He and his parents, and next door his grandparents. So this is kind of like an autobiographical book. It's done in vignettes. And that's the short. How do you pronounce it? It's
V-I-G.
V-I-G-N-E-T-C-E-S, but it's yays. Vignettes.
Okay.
Vignettes. V-Nate. Well, whatever it is, it's done in them, these little short stories, but they're all interconnected.
Love that.
So it's really, he covers all these people in the town. Each chapter is about, a different person in the town. And it's very small town.
So intriguing.
And it's so old-fashioned, but still, like, you could connect to it. And every time I read it, it makes me think of summers, and I'm sure everybody felt the same, like after the last day of school and that first day of summer vacation, that sense of magic and freedom that you have as a child.
How many more days till I have to go back to school? Because it's
like exhale, like a big.
It is, and it's just like summer vacation is so magical for children.
Right.
And it always makes me remember. And one of the things that they talk about in this book is when you got your new sneakers.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I remember, now people wear sneakers all the time, so it's different. But when I was a kid, you only wore sneakers in the summer.
Yeah.
And you got your new pair of sneakers. And like, I used to think, and all the kids did, like we used to have races with your new sneakers because you could run. It was like you were flying down the street.
I'm just thinking of your poor parents buying sneakers for 10 kids.
I know.
I'm thinking of this, like, oh my gosh.
I know, but we weren't shoeless.
Right.
No, that's.
But so anyway, it's let me see if I left anything out. Small
Have
Town
you
Life.
read his other books too?
I've read Something Wicked This Way Comes, which I loved, and I actually went to the library yesterday because they didn't have it in the bookstore, and I don't have my copy anymore. I couldn't find it. So I said I'm going to read that again because I really do love his writing. One of my favorite chapters is the opening chapter in this book, and I won't read it just to save time. But it opens up with Douglas. One night a week, he's allowed to go next door and sleep in the cupola of his grandparents' house.
Oh, wow.
So he's high up above the town.
Great.
And he gets up at dawn, and he goes to the cupola window, and he overlooks the town, and he magically directs things that are going to happen.
Oh.
Like everybody, wake up, and then you see people's lights coming on, and grandma and great grandma start making pancakes, and then you smell the aroma. And the grandmother owns, it's like a boarding house, so there's all kinds of aunts and uncles and cousins that live there. And one by one, he stands at that window, and he thinks he's magic, making it all happen.
What a fun idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
it sounds
it's a beautiful
wonderful
book. It really is. One of the characters is a colonel. He was in.
This is the other book you're talking about now? Or
No, this is this book.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And one of the characters is a colonel from. It couldn't have been the Civil War. Maybe it was the Civil War because this was
I do love the
1928.
cover. I love that old-fashioned
Yeah.
book.
Have you shared this book with your grandchildren?
You know what? I haven't, because they have different reading likes as I have. But actually, this is not my original copy. My original copy I got in the 70s from my boyfriend at the time. His name was Mark. And for my birthday, he gave me a copy of Dandelion Wine. I had never read it. He was a big Bradbury fan, and he inscribed and he said, for a happy summer and for a happy birthday and a happy summer, love, Mark. And I recently threw it out because I picked it up. It was falling apart. I mean, really. I mean, I opened it and the pages were falling out.
I would have framed the cover page at least with the inscription.
It was the same cover,
Yeah, but
actually.
it was from a guy that actually cared about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one here is inscribed. This one, I forgot about this. I got for Samantha in 1999. I wrote to Sam, have many happy summers.
Oh, I love it.
Mom.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
Now the name Dandelion Wine, where does that come from?
There's a real one, and I wanted to get it, but I thought of it too late, and I couldn't get it.
You and I tasted
heard of that.
Dandelion Wine.
We did?
Yeah, at Carl's.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, so we were like,
Well,
oh my God.
Oh, okay. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But it was the sweet one. There's two kinds of dandelion wine. There's the one like the foraged kind and the sweet kind. So I was going to try and get it.
Yeah, he was so proud of it.
I would share it with your grandkids. Maybe read it aloud, like a little.
My grandkids, no, they're at that stage where like you don't do that. When they were younger, maybe 12 years old, sure. But this is a book that I would love to read aloud, and just read the first chapter of it when he's doing that, and it's right away pulls you into the book. But
I love it.
yeah, and he also did Martian Chronicles. I read that. That was great.
I heard of that. Yeah.
This actually started out as a short story.
That happens a lot with writers.
The Truman Capote had something to do with it. It was called Homecoming, and it was from Mademoiselle magazine.
That's what I want to
Truman
ask you
from
about
Bodie
now.
did it. Yeah.
That's when, magazines and short stories and it was so awesome.
Yeah, and
really
that's
was.
how a lot of authors like him, they got their start
And
that way
Dickens
from
did that
magazines.
way,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he had all the little, the penny,
The Pennywick papers.
Yeah. Well, that's the Pickwick
Pickwick
papers.
papers, sorry, the-
But they were called penny something novels or,
Yeah.
But that's so awesome. How many
Yeah.
Wildflowers?
Oh, this I give
know.
like 100 because it really is one of my favorite things to read.
I
And
love
it's
that.
a beautiful story and beautifully written.
I might pick that up for my daughters. This
Yeah, I think
summer.
that they would like it.
Oh, I think they will, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one in mind. I think who would really like this. So.
Well,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to share a book that's been around for so long. I
Right.
mean, I like that. And
Yeah.
when it holds up, it's still on book, even though you don't
Well,
find
can I
any
just
others.
throw something in? The reason why I like for your grandkids is I disagree that they're too old. Last night
No.
we finished, my daughters and I, we still read aloud.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
And-
cool. I love that.
I do it consciously. I don't have a lot of time and whatever, but like I decided, you know what, Jeopardy, we turning off, even though I like Jeopardy, for that half hour.
Oh my God,
Well,
that guy just keeps on winning and it's
Exactly.
driving me out of my
And
mind.
so
I
me
can't
too.
watch it anymore.
Last night
I'm
we
the
finished
same
though.
way.
We finished Pride and Prejudice by Jane
Oh,
Austen.
cool.
Yeah.
They were both like, I said, look, you should know some Jane Austen. It might be. They got hooked into it
Oh, that's
immediately.
Wow.
Immediately, like and it helps with some of the older
Even with
novels
the language.
to read
that
aloud
they-
the language.
Yeah.
So much so that we started last night the BBC version miniseries. I said, look, when we finish
Yeah.
reading, we'll watch. We only could watch a little bit because I didn't have, it was only, and they're like, tomorrow we'll come back and we'll watch some more. I said,
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
but I mean,
I like
it's
Pride
not
and
that.
no, it wouldn't work. I know my family. It wouldn't work. But I don't like
We tried.
Jane Austen's books, but I like the
Oh,
movies.
see, I love the books.
So, and I have Persuasion and I have Pride and Prejudice. I had bought them and I said, you gotta read them, you gotta read them. So
You're
maybe I'll
sitting-
give them
you're
a try.
sitting there, right?
Yeah, because I've tried them before and I find her kind of boring.
No, she's
Now,
not
I like
right.
Charlotte Bronte. I love her writing,
I like her
but Jane
writing.
Austen was like dry.
No, she was. She's so funny. I think Jane Austen liked Dickens, and the next one we're reading is Dickens.
I love Dickens.
We're doing Great Expectations.
I love
Oh.
it.
So-
That was one of my favorites. That and
Yeah.
David Copperfield.
But you have to. I think Jane Austen, if you read her aloud, she's funny. It's such. On the page, it could be very dry, but when you
Yeah.
read it,
Right.
something gets lost. You have to say it aloud.
Right,
Wow.
exactly. You
I
have
think-
to, read it as
Yeah.
dialogue,
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
But I'll give them a try again this summer. And then I also, I like this little series of books. I have a bunch of them, but this one is called How to Focus. I couldn't focus on it. I just couldn't. I didn't finish it yet, but I want to learn how to focus because I'm all over the place. But I just couldn't, and I laughed at myself. I said, I can't focus on it.
Report back to us.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I'm gonna try
Well,
again.
that's cool. Very nice. I have to read that too.
Me too.
In my spare time. There's so many books to read. Judy.
All right, my topic is going to be a little scattered, but it's based on a couple of books.
Okay.
So, but my topic is essentially going to be what would you do?
Okay.
And it was inspired by a book that I had just finished. One of you two gave it to me, but I don't know because it's an uncorrected proof, which is called "And in the Vienna Woods, the Trees Remain."
I think I had
By Elizabeth
that. I
Espina.
think
Did you
I
read it?
had that. No, I didn't.
Okay, so I've had it sitting in my house for a while. I hadn't read it, picked it up, read it, and right after I finished reading, which I really loved, and I'll probably do a deeper review on it at some point, I picked up this book, which I bought at the bookstore the day that I went shopping with you for your books, was Cast, which is a book I've
Okay.
always wanted to read. I've heard really good things about it. It's a nonfiction. They're both nonfiction. Okay, it's nonfiction. But so I started reading this, and so my topic is they kind of relate. But what would you do? But in order I'll frame it to you by reading it hooked me right away at the beginning part of this book. It's only like a page and a half, and this is my topic. From Cast by Isabel Wilkerson.
I'm
It's
familiar with her name.
Yes.
I'm definitely familiar.
Well, it was an Oprah book club.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Oh,
that
was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The title is called The Man in the Crowd. It's the first chapter, and you'll know this. There is a famous black and white photograph from the era of the Third Reich. It is a picture taken in Hamburg, Germany in 1936 of shipyard workers, 100 or more facing the same direction in the light of the sun. They are hailing in unison, their right arms rigid in outstretched allegiance to the Führer. Look it up if you want. Like, I know you've seen this picture. It's very famous. If you look closely, you can see a man in the upper right who is different from the others. His face is gentle but unyielding. Modern day displays of the photograph will often add a helpful red circle around the man or an arrow pointing to him. He's surrounded by fellow citizens caught under the spell of the Nazis. He keeps his arms folded to his chest as the stiff palms of the others hover just inches from him. He alone is refusing to salute. He is the one man standing against the tide. Looking back from our vantage point, he is the only person in the entire scene who is on the right side of history. Everyone around him is tragically, fatefully, categorically wrong. In that moment, only he could see it. His name is believed to have been August Landmesser. At the time, he could not have known the murderous path the hysteria around him would lead to, but he had already seen enough to reject it. He had joined the Nazi Party himself years before. By now, though, he knew firsthand that the Nazis were feeding Germans lies about Jews, the outcasts of his era, that even this early in the Reich, the Nazis had caused terror, heartache, and disruption. He knew that Jews were anything but Untermenschen, that they were German citizens, human as anyone else. He was an Aryan in love with a Jewish woman. Wow. But the recently enacted Nuremberg laws had made their relationship illegal. They were forbidden to marry or to have sexual relations, either of which amounted to what the Nazis called, quote, racial infamy. His personal experience and close connection to the scapegoated caste allowed him to see past the lies and stereotypes so readily embraced by susceptible members, the majority, sadly, of the dominant class. Though Aryan himself, his openness to the humanity of the people who had been deemed beneath him gave him a stake in their well-being, their fates tied to his. He could see what his countrymen chose not to see. In a totalitarian regime such as that of the Third Reich, it was an act of bravery to stand firm against an ocean. We would all want to believe that we would have been him, right? We might feel certain that were we Aryan citizens under the Third Reich, we surely would have seen through it, would have risen above it like him, been that person resisting an authoritarianism and brutality in the face of mass hysteria. We would like to believe that we would have taken the more difficult path of standing up against injustice in defense of the outcast. But unless people are willing to transcend their fears, endure discomfort and derision, suffer the scorn of loved ones and neighbors and co-workers and friends, fall into disfavor of perhaps everyone they know, face exclusion and even banishment, it would be numerically impossible, humanly impossible for everyone to be that man.
So good. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I say, what would it take to be him in any era? What would it take to be him now?
It's funny, because I was going to say, it's a good thing that we've all learned that lesson.
Well, this book really goes into it. I'm only about 100 pages in, and what was very clear in this is discussion on caste, right? The origins of our discontent, and I'm hoping to revisit this at a later podcast when I finish it. But it talks about how the Nuremberg laws, which were constructed, one of the main focuses was studying how they got caste right in the United States. How the United States was able to do it through their laws and keep the African. It's all.
So you mean like
it's
the
in
Jim Crow
laws it's in the transcripts in the Nuremberg laws.
Wow.
And the last part that and we talk about like we would stand up. Not so long ago, we had these Jim Crow laws, right? And then she bases these things on facts. And I don't have any other notes, so I hope you don't mind if I read a little bit from this, because she says it much better than I can. But here, this was something: the little girls appeared to be in grade school in light cotton dresses with a sailor's collar and the hair cut in precise page boys just below their ears. In the picture, the two younger girls seem to be fidgeting in shadow, close to the women in the group who were perhaps their mothers or their aunts. The girl you notice first, though, looks to be about 10 years old, positioned at the front of the group of grown-ups and children, her eyes alert and riveted. A man at her side, crisp in his tailored white pants, white shirt, and white Panama hat, as if headed to cocktail hour at a boating party, his arms folded, face at rest, unperturbed, vaguely bored.
Hang on a second. Are these images from that photo?
You'll see. I'm just getting...
Oh, okay.
It is July 19th, 1935. They are still standing at the base of a tree in the pine woods of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, God, it's a lynching.
Above them hangs the limp body of Reuben Stacy, his overalls torn and bloodied, riddled with bullets, his hands cuffed in front of him, head snapped from the lynching rope, killed for frightening a white woman. The girl in the front is looking up at the dead black man with wonderment rather than horror. A smile of excitement on her face, as if show ponies had just galloped past her at the circus. The fascination on her young face set against the gruesome nature of the gathering was captured by a photographer and is among the most widely circulated of all lynching photographs of 20th century America. And guess what? I didn't know this part existed. Listen, lynchings were part carnival, part torture chamber, and attracted thousands of onlookers who collectively became accomplices to public sadism. Photographers were tipped off in advance and installed portable printing presses at the lynching sites to sell to lynchers and onlookers like photographers at a prom. They made postcards out of the gelatin prints for people to send to their loved ones.
Oh my God.
People mailed postcards of the severed, half-burned head of Will James atop a pole in Cairo, Italy in 1907. They sent postcards of burned torsos that looked like the petrified victims of Vesuvius, only these horrors had come at the hands of human beings in modern times. Some people framed the lynching photographs with locks of the victim's hair under glass, as if they had been able to secure any. One spectator wrote on the back of his postcard from Waco, Texas in 1916, quote, "This is the barbecue we had last night. My picture is to the left with the cross over it. Your son Joe." This was singularly American. Quote, "Even the Nazis did not stoop to selling souvenirs in Auschwitz," wrote Time magazine many years later. Lynching postcards were a common form of communication in turn of 20th century, almost done, 20th century America, that lynching scenes became, quote, a bourgeoising sub-department of the postcard industry. By 1908, the trade had grown so large and the practice of sending postcards featuring the victims of mob murderers had become so repugnant that the U.S. Postmaster General banned the cards from the mails. But the new edict did not stop Americans from sharing their lynching exploits. From then on, they merely put the postcards in an envelope.
Wow.
It goes on. There's a lot of different examples of how this was happening here.
Right.
It's like the MAGA. They're like the MAGA people today.
And so, yeah, and it's kind of, it's like, what would we do, right? We like to think easily, but I've heard from people throughout that, and I'm going to say it because I've said it on here before, it's like, if the S hits the fan, I'll fly the flag if I need to keep my family safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I make note of it. You make note of a person like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you put them in a different time, they would have been the ones dusting off the ash off of their child's playset in Germany as the human remains wafted over their property and looked the other way, right? So what would you do, right? And so this man in the photograph, he resisted, right? Because he had a stake in it. And when I read that, I'm like, oh yeah, I would have agreed with her had I not just finished reading this book.
Yeah.
And this book deals with the Ullman family, a boy named Otto Ullman. And this ties into what would you do, is he was from Vienna, and he was about 12, 13 years of age when he was Jewish. Only child of the Ullman father daughter, very educated people. The father was a journalist, adored their son. Just doted on him. This boy spoke like 2 or 3 languages. He was gifted athlete, played soccer. Loved, very curious boy as far as academics, and a kind boy. And they were Jewish, right? And so Hitler was on their way to power, and the laws started coming out first. You can't go to school with non-Jewish kids. Then you can't go to the parks. You can't play outside sports. Now you have a curfew. You can't even go outside. Now you can't even associate or buy things at a store that's not a Jewish store, And the parents saw the writing on the wall early on. And they made a decision which I think I mentioned it to you. It just really, when I started reading this book, is they did what they needed to do.
Oh, right, yes.
And sent their kid, their only child, to Sweden under the guise that they would get him back.
Yeah.
They'll be there in a year. And what's unique about it, the reason why we know this, is because the parents wrote a letter to him every single day. Yeah. Through their separation. And he kept those letters until the letters stopped coming. Mm-hmm. But what was unique about this is, I don't know if any of you saw, it was one of my favorite movies, was Life is Beautiful. Did you ever see that movie?
No,
I didn't see it.
Please do yourself a favor and really watch this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love the main character. He was Jewish, the wife wasn't Jewish, but he was able to keep the childlike innocence alive as long as he could for his son, even in the concentration camp, right? And until, again, he couldn't, right? And then that's what we know, and I was able to rest, like, how could that happen? But I go, it's a movie. Yeah. These parents did the same for their child. Mm-hmm. And you think yourself, first of all, would I have made that decision to send my kid off to strangers? And he did not have an easy life.
Right.
In any way in Sweden. He was treated like free labor and abused like free labor, right? But he was kept alive, and he went to survive, right? But the letters that he received very rarely talked about what was going on, even as they were in the concentration camps.
Yeah.
Didn't know, right? Yeah. It was very, very interesting. And so starting out with this man in the cast book that they talk about, the famous guy in the painting, because it affected him, he had a fiance that was Aryan. Would people behave differently if it affected them? And I go, I don't now think so, because when he was about 16, this man Otto, this little boy Otto, ended up working on a farm owned by the Kempars, and befriended the son named Igor Kempvar. They were thick as thieves, best friends. I mean, in later interviews, that man said I was in love with him, not in a romantic way, but just being so close. He ended up becoming the owner and founder of IKEA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And actually, Otto was there with him at the beginning when they were selling things like wristwatch bands right out of the barn on the property, right? But the owner of IKEA was a member of the SS, of the Third, and so was his family. And he continued to be involved with them and actually idolized and did a lot of promotion for one of the main architects of these laws, of the movement in Sweden, of a man.
The movement to
keep the Third Reich alive in Sweden, to bring it, and
so he wasn't fighting against it. He was
promoting it.
And they were best friends.
Yes. And he knew his parents died in the concentration camps, and this author points out that he was still active and engaged at the time. And when she interviewed him before he died, and he was just like, "Oh no, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me." And then I hear that, and that just kind of made me think about, like, what would we do? Like, there's a famous poem, first they come for, this minority group, another minority, and then they come for there's nobody left. And I know we've talked about this. It's like, unless it affects us personally, a lot of people have that mentality, like,
well,
it's
you
not
see
important.
that in the politics in this country.
100%.
It's like, it's fine if people who are immigrants, are being, gathered up on the street and sent to detention centers, which are really concentration camps. I mean, they're finding out more and more about the horrors of these places.
Yeah, they're just crammed in.
And, but then again, it doesn't directly affect any of us, but we're vocal about it. Like there's, you say there's not much you can do, but we do what we can.
Right.
I don't know what good it does going to rallies, but at least it makes me feel like my voice is being heard. And
I didn't mean it for us personally.
I know that, but I'm just using us as an example.
Right.
There are, I guess, half the people in this country, we're like split in half. Like, it doesn't directly affect most white people, like, we're privileged just by being white.
Yes.
Right.
Even if you're, not rich or, like, just our skin color gives us that privilege.
Yeah.
Right, but the numbers, I feel like, the fear, and that was my very first podcast on it. You can go back and look at it, is fear. You could either be, either you will master fear or fear will master you, but there will be a master. And thinking of that photograph that I described earlier about the one man in a sea of people raising their hands. Yeah. It's one man.
Yeah.
And I don't like those odds.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like those odds. And one voice is likely not going to do anything or as quickly as it will do, but as it needs to. It needs to be more voices. And I know there is a movement.
Yeah.
But why are people still so afraid? We see it in Congress. We like, even with the shutdown, the government shutdown, Congress, and no, you can predict it. They don't care until the airplanes stop flying, and then they can't get home to do their golf game or get to their daughter's play or whatever.
Or until they go to a town hall and everybody's riding them.
Right. Then it's like, oh shoot, we got to do something, But meanwhile, all the people who are affected underneath and not getting paychecks and so forth, are affected. Right. I don't have an answer. I don't have notes. I just realized, I said, it should. Even if it affects somebody somebody you care about, you think maybe they'll jump into the ring. But then I read this guy's.
Right.
Yeah.
And he loved him and didn't know about it. Knew about it and still promoted the wrong message. Yeah. He apologized. I will say, because this will be, people will look at it. He did apologize when it was discovered. He did apologize to Otto. He denied in the interview that he apologized to Otto, but Otto's daughter was interviewed, and she was there in the room when the phone call came in.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but he apparently did apologize for his actions.
Maybe he looked at it as if, this is not excusing him, it's abominable, as Otto was safe where he was, even though his family was not, and his parents were, killed by the Nazis. Maybe he said, well, it doesn't affect me because Otto is okay. So Otto's living here and he's free and he wasn't in danger. It's not, I'm not excusing but people think what they want to think to justify what they're doing.
One thing I remember when you were reading the very beginning, you were saying how what would you do if you would be the only person? Because if everybody's in agreement that, oh, it's okay to be a Nazi. This is we're all unified in this movement. And it wasn't such horrible. It was not the Nazi conversation with my mom, but my mom and my older brother were in the kitchen, and they were saying something, and I wish I remembered what the topic was, but I was like, but that's not right. And I don't remember and Mom goes, what do you mean? She goes, everybody thinks it's right, so why would you say that? And it wasn't about being Nazis or anything.
No, but it's mob mentality.
Yeah,
that's
she was
what
like,
it is.
Well, everybody agrees with it, so, and I, at that point, I was like, no, it's not right. I don't know what made me that kind of person that I was. I think my dad was a lot like me, or I was a lot like my dad, because he wasn't like that, but she just, everybody goes to church on Sunday, and everybody, her world was so small.
I'm glad you said that, because that's something that was, I came across that project. Everyone goes to church on Sunday, and we see this playing out right now with the Pope, what's going on with the government. And I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with Pope these days. But I'm like, you go for it, keep going. But it brings to mind a principle that's kind of present in these things. It's, are you Christian in principle or in practice?
Exactly.
And I'm finding a lot of people are Christian in principle, but not in practice.
Sure. How could they be when you see it?
Right, and that's why I think that's why I have such a problem with organized religion or being around. It's the religions itself. I mean, you can kind of mishmash a lot of it and find something that works for you if you really think about it. But it's being around a lot of these people that are principle people, but not practice people. That really the hypocrisy of it.
They're not real Christians, because Christians. That means you follow the teachings of Christ. Now, I'm not a religious person. I was raised as a Catholic. We went to church every Sunday. I went through 12 years of Catholic school. But I'm not anymore. I don't even think I believe in God. But I would say if everybody followed the teachings of Christ, what a wonderful world this would be.
Well, it's funny too. Another story about my mom is that she knew I wanted to go see the movie Jesus Christ Superstar when it came out. And I was familiar with the Bible. I was starting to read the Bible during this time. And it got to the scene where he overturned the money changing tables and said, and my mother leaned in, she goes, oh, Jesus would never do that.
He did it in the Bible.
She was raised in a Christian home and went to church every Sunday. And I went, Mom, yes, it's in the Bible. But they teach from the pulpit. They cherry pick the stories,
But why would they cherry pick that one? That was a good thing that he did.
They didn't look at it.
Because it was rage, because he was angry.
Right. Then they can't raise
Who doesn't get angry?
Then they can't solicit money in church from you.
Not get raised. No, but you learn things. These are things as you're growing up, like, oh, she's not perfect. I never thought she was. I love my mom. Don't get me wrong, but. I was just like, no, it is. It's in the Bible.
Well, do you think that you would be that man in that crowd?
I hope I would be. I really do hope I would be. I don't know if I could live with myself. And I've thought about this. Like, I really, I have 2 daughters, and I have, it could, I think I would be, I just don't want to, I don't think I could live with myself another way. I would not want my children to know that I didn't do the right thing. I think I would rather be dead. I hate to say it, but I really would be. I don't think I would want them to know. And
I don't.
When push comes to shove, who knows?
I don't often say the Pledge of Allegiance when I'm surrounded with people.
I say it in Spanish. I do. I say it in Spanish. And
I'm gonna learn it in Spanish.
And people look around at me and they're like,
I don't say I will do it because at school functions they do it, but I don't say under God.
Right, yeah.
I say indivisible.
Right.
I go, bajo Dios. I say that. Puro fidelidad.
Oh, okay. I'm going to to learn how to say it in Spanish.
Oh, and then
I will learn how to say it in Spanish.
And then I want the two of you to say it on the podcast when you both. I would love to hear that.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? You think that you would be that man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. I've had incidences in the past.
Would you be that person if your kids were young?
Probably.
See, it changes.
I would I would be that person.
I would be fearful, but I think I would still be that person. But I would be afraid.
I want my kids to respect me, even if it could kill me or whatever. I don't know.
That's why we do this podcast. I mean, whatever, how long it's still out there. I feel like I just want people to know that we're trying to educate people.
Yeah,
we're trying to get a message out.
It's not always about the wine.
And it's not politics. It's not even about. It's about books. It's about exploring our mind. It's about educate. But it's not just what books they tell you to read.
I know, because books teach people empathy.
Right.
Now, can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
If you were the Ullmans, Otto's parents, would you send your only kid away?
Mm-hmm.
I would.
As painful as that would be, if it means seeing what's going on, and
to protect them, of course.
I may not survive this, but I want to make sure they do.
No, right, you have no control over where they go or who they land with or anything. Like you don't, because
you just don't. Do I know that they're going to a country that isn't under
now? Yes, but like you don't know where. Like once they're there, you don't know, and you can't see them, and you're essentially signing over your rights.
But this is also why I guess he wrote letters back to his parents.
He did not as often. At the end of the day, because you hear the heartbreaking letters. It's been 2 months since we've had a letter from you, or and he's complaining because the guy. I wish I didn't abbreviate this, but I had to. He ended up in a foster care kind of a system in an orphanage, and he was free labor, farm labor. He's not a manual labor kid.
Yeah.
The brutality of it for him to go from being a sheltered only child, educated academia kid to being 11, 12 hours, 13 hours or more a day in the heat. But the parents' letters were beautiful, and so with the little letters they got from him, the responses back were like, "Oh, Otto, how lucky you are to be in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, Otto, while your friends are locked up all day, they can't even kick a ball around. You get to see the birds this spring. They could." And I think how heartbreaking, because as a parent, they were probably dying. Your kid is just having a heart, but they're trying to still in the brick of everything, and they're being tortured as well.
Right.
And being in forced camps.
And they're trying to comfort him, even though they know that he misses them too. He's away from his family,
a whole different
and
culture.
they're trying to
get
him to appreciate. That where he is the best place for him, and look at all the beautiful things around you.
And the gift passed on is he had all the letters, a lot of the letters. Now there's only one surviving letter of his that made it, and that's only because it got sent back because the parents weren't there anymore. Right. So it got returned, but all of his letters he kept, and you were reading. Like I read all the letters.
I'm surprised that they were able to even receive letters at all. That's a surprise to me.
Most of the letters they stayed freer out of the camps longer because Otto's father ended up working for, I forget the name of it. I could probably find it if I looked or I had notes. The service, the Jewish Commission, where they were the ones that identify which families would go.
To the camps?
Yeah. There you are. Okay. Well, I think we got cut off. We went on a little too much today.
Yes.
Bad on me. I didn't have anything.
No, I went on with the book also.
No. But it was a good topic. Before we end, just want to highlight the books again. Hopefully I'll talk about another time. And in the Vienna Woods, The Trees Remain by Asprink, and Cast, which I'll talk about at another time, by Wilkerson.
Okay. This was number 124, by the way. So look for us on 125, and we're sorry that I got cut off a little bit.
Yeah,
but
we're not very professional.
We like it that way, though. Thank you.
Not quite. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So maybe we won't hear these guys barking.
That might be. Bye. Everyone.